মই এজন ৰাজহুৱা বুদ্ধিজীৱী, মোক আক্ৰমণ কৰা হয়। একাংশ লোকে মোক এই বুলিয়েই কটাক্ষ কৰি আক্ৰমণ কৰে। এতিয়া সংকটত দেশৰ সংবিধানৰ বিৰুদ্ধেও চলিছে আক্ৰমণ। দেশৰ সংবিধান ৰক্ষা কৰিবলৈ আমি যুঁজ দি আহিছোঁ। প্ৰফেচৰ মহান্তি, মই আৰু বহুতে দেশৰ সংবিধানৰ মূল্য ৰাখিবলৈ যুঁজি আহিছোঁ। এতিয়া দেশৰ সমাজ জীৱনৰ সকলো ক্ষেত্ৰতে বিয়পাই দিয়া হৈছে ঘৃণা আৰু বিদ্বেষ। স্বাধীনতা সংগ্ৰামৰ পৰা আমাৰ শিকিবলগীয়া বহু আছে। ডক্টৰ হীৰেন গোহাঁইৰ সন্মানাৰ্থে আয়োজন কৰা এক অনুষ্ঠানত প্ৰদান কৰা এক ভাষণত এইদৰে কয় আন্তৰ্জাতিক খ্যাতিসম্পন্ন সাহিত্য সমালোচক আৰু অসমৰ জাতীয় জীৱনৰ এগৰাকী বৌদ্ধিক কাণ্ডাৰী ডক্টৰ হীৰেন গোহাঁইয়ে।
That half of you have not left already. I have been overwhelmed by the generous praise of my role, of which I have not thought very much in his speech, and Akhil's tireless campaign to rehabilitate my image in society. Because you know, I am not really much liked in many parts of Assam state today. I still remember an article published in local English daily targeting me, but attacking public intellectuals in general and saying that they are nothing but stuck up gas bags.
ডক্টৰ গোহাঁইয়ে লগতে কয় যে দেশত কিদৰে ঘৃণা আৰু বিদ্বেষ বিয়পোৱা হৈছে, দেশৰ গণতান্ত্ৰিক প্ৰমূল্য আৰু সংবিধানক কিদৰে আক্ৰমণ কৰা হৈছে। যথেষ্ট সমাহিত হৈ দিয়া ভাষণত ডক্টৰ গোহাঁইয়ে স্বাধীনতা সংগ্ৰামৰ পৰা দেশবাসীয়ে শিকিবলগীয়া আছে বুলিও মন্তব্য প্ৰকাশ কৰে। ডক্টৰ গোহাঁইয়ে কয় যে আমাৰ স্বাধীনতা সংগ্ৰামত কুটি বিচ্যুতি আছিল আৰু সেই কুটি বিচ্যুতিবিলাকৰ পৰাও আমাৰ কিছু শিকিবলগীয়া আছে।
As belonging to some elite, I'd rather be with the people, whether they like me or hate me. That has been my kind of principled stand throughout. Well, it has been so overwhelming that I am quite tongue-tied now, what to say. But you are here in this hall today, not because of Hীৰেন Gohain as a person, whom personally some of you may not like very much, but because of the ideas and the outlook he stands. It is not an uncommon or rare attitude or outlook. It is something all of us are fighting for, or at least hoping for. Because the kind of unhealthy culture, society, which is so full of hatred, viciousness, and to be frank, inhumanity, that it appalls people like us, and I think you also. You see, our national leaders who brought freedom to this country, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, they were all, in a sense, public intellectuals. Gandhiji edited two papers, Horizon and Navjivan. Young India, Navjivan Trust, that was the publisher, and Horizon. And pouring forth his views on everything under the sun, especially everything in India. And Jawaharlal Nehru, I remember an episode which will alert us to our present condition. When I was a student in Delhi University, the Chinese had attacked us. It upset people very much. They were enraged. And they thought it was a great betrayal. And they tried to dehumanize the Chinese as a race of barbarians. And Jawaharlal Nehru was invited to address a students' gathering where the General Secretary stood up and spewed venom against Chinese, calling them barbarians, animals, and whatnot. And all of us were actually in the same mood. Then Jawaharlal Nehru stood up and in a very quiet but firm voice, he cautioned us that look, don't call them animals, don't call them barbarians. They are people. And they have a civilization as ancient as ours. And we are fighting them. We are fighting the army, we are fighting their government. We have nothing to do with that. We have no quarrel with the people. And it calmed the entire audience. They were so firm, so quiet. So you see, they were real leaders of the people. They did not lead by inciting their passions, but in the most passionate moment, in the moment of great tension, crisis for the country, he was speaking the voice of reason. A reason that was useful to the people, reason that would liberate people and bring higher thoughts to the mind. We will fight as soldiers, as patriots, but not as beasts, but as human beings. These are some of the anecdotes, experiences that have buoyed me up throughout my life. And it is people like them who have drafted our Constitution. It was, as Professor Mohanty has said, a compromise, a collaboration, a combination of all regions of India. You can say all religions of India and all regions of India. And there were 15 women among the constitution makers. They tried to reconcile different conflicting elements and in the spirit of justice, equality and freedom for all. And it is this constitution that is being shredded page by page by you know who. I don't want to dilate on this. And in the last few years, Professor Mohanty, I, many other people, I'm a lesser person there, who have been fighting for the values in our Constitution, whose words we are now rediscovering. The words said in the preamble, we the people, we, people are the separate. They are sort of, the government is just a custodian, and it is our self, our collective self, which we have realized through the freedom movement, stresses, the strains, the achievements, and the lapses of the freedom movement. We have learned from them these values, and so it is those values we have got to resurrect, and those values we are fighting for. And people must fight for them to live a really civil, civilized, and humane life together.
দেশৰ সংবিধান ৰক্ষা কৰাৰ বাবে ডক্টৰ গোহাঁয়ে আন্তঃৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় প্ৰখ্যাত চিন্তাবিদ সমাজবিজ্ঞানী অধ্যাপক মনোৰঞ্জন মহান্তি সহ বহু লোকৰ সৈতে সংবিধান ৰক্ষাৰ বাবে যুঁজ কৰি আহিছে। ৰাজহুৱা বুদ্ধিজীৱীৰ দায়িত্ব সম্পৰ্কেও ডক্টৰ গোহাঁয়ে অতি গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ মন্তব্য প্ৰদান কৰে। আনহাতে একাংশ লোকে তেওঁক ৰাজহুৱা বুদ্ধিজীৱী বুলি কৈ আক্ৰমণ আৰু কটাক্ষ কৰাৰ কথাও প্ৰকাশ কৰে ডক্টৰ গোহাঁয়ে।
I'm not talking about history. It has many vicissitudes. But let me mention one thing, that there is today a state like a towering apparatus, towering machine before us, which can reach out, touch anybody, and grind him to the knees, grind him to the dust. I don't want to mention instances, but there are many people who, without any crime, without having committed any crime, without any really worthwhile charge against them, they have been rotting in jail for years together. And the case of the state is just, hollow. And nobody cares. When the great crowd of migrants, thousands of them, under the hot sun, trekked across, down from, all the way from Bihar, from Maharashtra, the government did not turn a hair. This kind of coldness of the machine, this kind of heartlessness, how will the people really lead society? How can they reshape society? Our country needs reshaping. There is much dirt in it, much defects in the old society and culture, but not in this way. We are actually, deviating from the path that our forefathers, our freedom fighters had laid down for us. So I think that the role of the public intellectual at the moment is to talk to the government, is to intercede on behalf of the people to the government and make people aware of their power, of their right to justice, of their fundamental right to equality, freedom, and justice. So, for me now, this is the role of the public intellectual, because there is such a proliferation, vast assembly of information, avalanche, daily passing before eyes. We cannot make sense of them. And in the public intellectuals, for all their works, they try to make sense of them, convey to the people, so that they can find some meaning either in their hopes or in their struggles. Thank you, friends. I am very happy that you have been here with us, and I have received your blessings for my role. Thank you.
দেশত ক্ৰমশ বৃদ্ধি পাই অহা ঘৃণা বিদ্বেষ আৰু অস্থিৰতাৰ পৰিৱেশত চৰকাৰী নীতি বিৰোধী লোকক শাসকীয় পক্ষই তুচ্ছ তাচ্ছিল্য কৰি আহিছে। এনে সময়তে ডক্টৰ গোহাঁয়ে ভাষণত অতি গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ প্ৰসংগত উত্থাপন কৰে। ডক্টৰ গোহাঁয়ে কয় যে এসময়ত মহাত্মা গান্ধী আৰু নেহেৰুৱেও তেওঁক প্ৰভাৱিত কৰিছিল। ডক্টৰ গোহাঁইৰ মতে গান্ধী আৰু নেহেৰুৱেও এক প্ৰকাৰৰ ৰাজহুৱা বুদ্ধিজীৱী আছিল। এই প্ৰসংগতে ডক্টৰ গোহাঁয়ে নেহেৰুৰ মহানুভৱতা আৰু উৎকৃষ্ট মানসিকতা প্ৰতিফলিত কৰা আৰু ৰাজহুৱা বুদ্ধিজীৱীৰ দায়িত্ব পালন কৰা এক সত্য কাহিনীও বৰ্ণনা কৰে। ডক্টৰ গোহাঁয়ে কয় যে চীনে ভাৰত আক্ৰমণ কৰাৰ সময়ত ভাৰতত এক গণ উন্মাদনাৰ সৃষ্টি কৰা হৈছিল। তেতিয়া দেশত চীনক লৈ সাধাৰণ লোকৰ বিৰুদ্ধে তুচ্ছ তাচ্ছিল্য কৰা হৈছিল। বিশিষ্ট চিন্তাবিদজনে কয় যে সেই সময়তে দিল্লীত তেতিয়াৰ প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰী জৱাহৰলাল নেহেৰুৰ উপস্থিত থকা এখন সভাতো চীনাসকলৰ বিৰুদ্ধে তুচ্ছ তাচ্ছিল্যৰে এক উন্মাদনাৰ সৃষ্টি কৰা হৈছিল। নেহেৰুৱে ইয়াৰ বিপৰীতে সভাত সকলোকে উদ্দেশ্যি কয় যে চীনৰ সাধাৰণ লোকৰ সৈতে ভাৰতৰ কোনো শত্ৰুতা নাই আৰু তেওঁলোকক তুচ্ছ তাচ্ছিল্য কৰাটো উচিত হোৱা নাই। চীন চৰকাৰেহে আমাক আক্ৰমণ কৰিছে আৰু আমাৰ সৈন্যই ইয়াৰ উচিত প্ৰত্যুত্তৰ দিব। ইফালে এই অনুষ্ঠানত উপস্থিত থাকি মনোৰঞ্জন মহান্তিয়ে ডক্টৰ গোহাঁইক বাট্ৰাল লেচেট আৰু নম চমস্কিৰ সৈতেও তুলনা কৰে। ভিডিঅ' এডিটৰ দেৱজিৎ ডেকাৰ সহযোগত নিউজ ডেস্ক ৰিপৰ্ট নৰ্থ ইষ্ট নাও।